Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. You guys, my eyes have been a little dry lately, so I'm not tired. If someone's thinking that, I know in the last video, I was like, oh, my eyes look red and dry, but y'all, I'm fine. I just need to get me some eye drops. All right, it's a little windy out here. It's still winter. I don't think it's spring yet for us, even though the weather is spring-like in Cali, almost summer-like. But y'all, we're gonna get into some amazing, or my picks for spring, and I am absolutely loving them. I've been watching a lot of reviews lately, watching you all, okay? Yes, I do watch other fragrance reviewers as well. You know, I just love listening to y'all, and then I get good recommendations as well. So if you wanna hear about my top spring picks, and a lot of these will transition, or a couple of these will transition over into summer, please continue to watch, follow, turn on those notification bells, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down, you know, help your girl out, and enjoy this YouTube family. So the very first one that we're going to get into is my actual scent of the day, you all, and I am going to wear this fragrance out, okay, this coming spring and summer. I wore it a couple times last year, but I really didn't get to like really wear it. I wore it twice to work, so I want to be able to wear it out and really just enjoy my fragrance. I enjoy my fragrances at work as well, but not as much because I have on a bunch of PPE, and I just wear them to kind of keep me uplifted, and you know, that scent, that waft of fragrance, you know, when I'm running around there, it just reminds me to deep breathe as I go throughout my shift, you all. So anyway, Moon Glory by the Harmonist, I absolutely love. And I'm gonna start rolling my eyes back, but yeah, fragrances make my eyes roll back in my head, and because they're that good, because I watched one of my own videos and I was like, oh, my eyes are just like every single moment, they're just like in the back of my head. But anyway, that's how good they are. I do not keep anything that I do not absolutely love. So anyway, Moon Glory by the Harmonist is one, it's my favorite honey note in my of perfume in my entire collection. So in here you have your Hawaiian jasmine, which is a non-heady jasmine. You have some Peru balsam, some sandalwood, you have some hinoki wood. It gives it a little bit of a woodiness at the base, but y'all, upon initial spray, you get that lychee, a really creamy lychee. You get the richness of the honey all the way through. It's a non-animalic honey. It smells like an organic honey. But the Hawaiian jasmine, the honey, the passion flower, y'all, and the lychee, they all work so well together. And this fragrance is an absolute love for me. I love this one, Hypnotizing Fire. I love Yin Transformation. I have those three, and they're a love. But this one is an absolute love, and I don't know if I would buy those again, but I would definitely buy this one again. All right, Moon Glory by the Harmonist. Ooh, y'all, this is so amazing. But you gotta like the note of honey, okay? All right, so the next one, we're gonna talk about, my girl Veronica had me buying this one. And I've always wanted it because I heard Nika talking about it, and I had it in and out of my basket, but then I recently saw Veronica talk about it, and she said this fragrance, which some things that I used to eat a lot, smells like a warm glazed donut. And this is JOVOY's Fire at Will. So if something smells like a warm glazed donut, something that I should not be eating, and maybe I just want to smell it, you know, but this did get me hungry the other day, then I want it on my body, okay? So, and it definitely smells like a warm vanillic, like a warm drizzled vanillic glazed donut. I love this fragrance. I wanted to purchase Escapade Gourmand, but then I was like, oh, there's too many vanillas in my fragrance collection. I have about like really straight vanillas. I have about maybe like 40 vanilla fragrances that are really rich in vanilla, not floral vanillas, not spicy, or spicy vanillas I would include. But yeah, this is definitely going into my vanilla collection, or vanilla reviews in the future, but it smells so gourmandish, and it definitely smells like a warm glazed donut. And the sillage wash on this is amazing. I sprayed it on my arm and I went through, I wore it about maybe 5 hours and then I went to bed, but I got wafts of the fragrance as I like drove around town. And then my grandson, I went to go get him some food and he's like, Grandma, why are you smelling yourself? Why are you smelling your arm? Well, this was on my arm. So I was like, oh, I have a perfume on and it just smells so good. So, and it smelled like a glazed donut, y'all. So anyway, Fire at Will. Nika talked about this so much and then I had to get it because Veronica said it was amazing. So y'all, it makes you want to eat a donut, okay? Anyway, that is it by JOVOY. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is Unique Luxury. This is a beautiful fragrance for the spring. You know what? The note of lilac and orris is amazing for the spring because it's a little powdery, but yet it's light and ethereal. So in here you have your lilac, you have some orris that's really powdery and rich. If you don't like powdery fragrances, then you should stay away from this. You have some rose, you have some vanilla, you have some woody notes, but this is a very feminine fragrance and you do get more of a powdery floral vanillic scent from this fragrance, but I absolutely love it. This is more of a dress up fragrance. It smells like you should be going out on the town, maybe in the afternoon, evening. This is not really, to me, not like a nighttime fragrance because it seems like you should be wearing this when the sun is shining. That's how beautiful this fragrance is. But like I said, powdery, floral, vanillic with that note of lilac in there. I do love my other fragrance by the House of Ex Nihilo. It's called Sweet Morphine and it has a beautiful note of lilac in it as well. Lilac to me, it almost smells like a powdery purple. You know, if notes could have like, you know, texture or a color. But yes, lilac smells like a powdery purple to me. But yeah, Aphrodisiac Touch, get your nose on it by Unique Luxury. The next one is a classic in my collection and I haven't worn this in about a year or so. This is Coco Chanel Mademoiselle. I still love this fragrance. I've actually had this fragrance for about 5 years now and it's still pretty full. So I don't wear it a lot. But when I do wear it, the last time I smelled this, it was on a girl in the airport and I was leaving. I forgot where I was coming. I think it was Greece. Farina and I had just left Greece and I was sitting waiting for my daughter to pick me up. And then this girl was sitting about maybe 15 feet, 20 feet from me. And I kept smelling this beautiful citrus, woody, floral, scent. And it was very airy and light. And I said, excuse me, after sitting there for about 10 minutes, I said, you smell so good. What do you have on? And she says, Mademoiselle. And I was like, Coco Chanel? And she's like, yes. And I guess her boyfriend was picking her up and she had just sprayed some on right before she left out of the airport. But it smelled absolutely amazing. It's classic. It's fresh. It's very feminine and one that will be amazing because it has the woody notes in the base and the citruses. Definitely one that will be amazing for spring transitioning over into summer, y'all. Yeah, I think every woman should have this in her staple of fragrances. It's just a beautiful classic fragrance, you know. Sometimes, yes, you have to remind yourself of the goodness. It smells like a lady. Doesn't smell really vintage like number 5, but it still gives you that old style of perfume that I absolutely love, y'all. It's classic. So get your nose on it. The next one is by the House of MICALLEF, and this is Glamour. The bottle is just absolutely gorgeous, you all. Glamour, there's a lot of fruity notes in here. There's some jasmine. I think there's some tuberose as well. Some yellow and white florals. But the fruity notes, I think there's peach. I think there's plum in here as well. This basically smells like alien with some fruits. If you don't like the heavy jasmine and alien and you wanted to add a little bit of peachy, purple fruitiness to your alien scent, or because you don't like alien, then I think you really need to get your nose on Glamour. It's giving alien vibes with rich, decadent fruits, but you definitely get the peach in this fragrance as well. Absolutely love it. I don't even know what I'm going to do with my Alien because I pick up Rouge Malachite, which is reminiscent of that fragrance to me as well because of the jasmine in there. And Glamour before I pick up Alien. It's like a full bottle, y'all, and I've had it for about 3 years. But I've been wearing Rouge Malachite like crazy. And yeah, I don't know. And Alien, Jasmine, not Alien, Alien Goddess Intense I've been reaching for. Alien Absolute I've been reaching for. So I haven't been reaching for the original Alien, but yeah, that's one fragrance that's hard to get rid of when it's in your fragrance collection because it's just a classic, just like Coco Chanel Mademoiselle, you know, it's hanging on, y'all. So anyway, the next one is CASSILI. We always talk about Delena. There's Valaya. Valaya is one that I absolutely need for the summer. I think it's a little too light for me for the spring. Because it's not dense enough, it's not heavy enough, and it's still a bit cool in the springtime. So I needed to, and on my skin, I sweat, you guys, and my skin absorbs. It's very moisturized, okay? It absorbs fragrances like crazy. So, and then when I start to sweat, it exudes fragrances like crazy. So anyway, it's probably part menopause as well, y'all. I don't know. So anyway, this is CASSILI by Perfumes de Marly. Yes, Delena X is amazing. More to me for the fall and the winter. Delena La Rose is beautiful for the summer. The original Delena could be here, but I'm always wearing it. That is an amazing fragrance for the spring and transitioning into the summer. If you don't like rose, because La Rose is amazing for the summer, and Valaya will also be amazing for the summer, and that is one that will definitely, it's coming, y'all, will be in my, but I've smelled it a couple times, and I really like it. But like I said, a lot of people say that it smells like Fleur Narcotique. To me, it's very fresh. I don't get a huge sweetness from that fragrance, but it's very fresh, slightly woody, very creamy. And the orange blossom to me is very light and airy, but I definitely get like a clean citruses, creaminess, slight, you know, florals, but it's giving me 724 by MFK and another 13 because of the ambroxan inside. I love it. I'm not going to say I love it. I really like it, and I'm definitely going to be adding it to my collection. But anyway, back to CASSILI. This is amazing for the fall and spring. I think this is too cloying for the summer because it's really sweet, it's dense, it's rich. The sandalwood in here is amazing. There's red currant, there's plum in here, there's some ylang ylang in here, y'all. This is such a beautiful fragrance, but like I said, it wears better in cooler weather. So spring would be absolutely amazing for CASSILI. I haven't worn CASSILI in a while. So all of these fragrances here, they're going to be sitting aside. And basically, I'm going to pick from this tray over the course of the next month and wear these fragrances plus about another 10, you guys. So the next one we're going to talk about is by the House of Armani Prive, and we're going to talk about two almost at the same time because these fragrances remind me of one another, but I haven't pulled them out in over a year, and I definitely really want to get a good wear out of these fragrances because they are lonely, y'all. So anyway, this is Armani Prive VERT Malachite. I wore this maybe like 3 times last spring, summer. I think it was more of a spring because it was about March around the same time. Anyway, this fragrance was my very first Armani Prive before Rouge Malachite. So in here you have some orange. It's like a bitter orange. There's some petite grain, which I absolutely love. Centra should actually be here as well, but I've been putting Centra on everything and wearing Centra out. I'm gonna give Centra a break, okay? But that's an amazing fragrance for the spring, summer. Actually the spring, not really the summer. Winter, spring as well. The beautiful orange blossom, the milk, the caramel, like all of that, you guys. It's stunning. So anyway, back to VERT Malachite. VERT Malachite, I digress. That's what you guys say. I digress. So VERT Malachite, there's some petite grain in here. There's orange. There's some woody notes. There's some ylang ylang in here too. There's jasmine in here. This is such an amazing green fragrance. It almost smells like a green. There's vanilla. It almost smells like, but the jasmine, the vanilla, the orange, the sandalwood in here, y'all. This is giving me like a green milkshake. Also, I compared these about a couple years ago on this channel. Matcha Meditation and VERT Malachite almost gives me the same vibes. If you add a little bit of white chocolate, because this also gives you like a slight matcha scent with a petite grain and the vanilla and the sandalwood. If you added a little bit of white chocolate into this, it's almost the same, y'all. These fragrances to me are like 80% similar. Matcha Meditation, you get, of course, matcha tea. You get some, I think it says milk chocolate, but it smells like white chocolate to me, y'all. You get some woody notes in here. This is such, you know, such an amazing scent, you know. But this also smells like a matcha tea with more vanilla though, and slightly woody in the dry down. But I love this. I remember ordering this many years ago when it first came out at Selfridges, and I was super excited to get it. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I smell something. It smells like my VERT Malachite by Armani Prive. But y'all, these two will be in heavy rotation this spring, summer. All right, so the next one we have is PECHE Cardinal by MDCI. So this fragrance is beautiful and it's very compliment getting. I wore this to work multiple times. So in here, you have a dominant note of peach. There's some woody notes. There's some yellow florals. There's tuberose in here as well, but it's not a heavy tuberose fragrance. I really don't get the tuberose in here. I think there's magnolia in here as well, but basically this is a very fresh, slightly woody peach dominant fragrance, and it's beautiful, y'all, with vanilla. Y'all get your nose on it. Not gourmand leaning because of the vanilla, but pretty much it's woody, it's peach, it's fresh with slight florals in the background. This is peach or PECHE Cardinal by MDCI. Next, we have Deja Vu White Flower by Kayali. Absolutely love Deja Vu White Flower. Basically, it's white flowers. You know, there's some vanilla in here. This is very ladylike. This is very, not vintage smelling, but this is very, what's the word to describe this fragrance, you guys? Yeah, this is a woman that knows what she wants, you know, in life. And this is a very upscale fragrance. This is a fragrance you want to wear possibly out to dinner. I do spray a little heavier on this fragrance because it's very moderate. You know, I'm used to all these heavy, thick, creamy, dense fragrances. But Deja Vu White Flowers is a beautiful, feminine white floral fragrance if you love white florals, and you need to get your nose on it, y'all. I wore this a lot about maybe 3 years ago, and I haven't picked it up in about a year, but I will definitely keep this on my tray for spring and the summer as well, y'all. It's beautiful. All right, so the next one is one that I get massive compliments on, but mainly from men. And this is more of a woody, vanillic, fruity fragrance. And this is VILHELM Perfumeries. My juice is really concentrated. It's gotten a little dark. Poets of Berlin. This is such a gorgeous vanilla. I didn't even include this in my last vanilla fragrance review. But this here, there's blueberry, there's bamboo shoots, there's a heavy vanilla in here. I think there's some citruses in here as well. It's just absolutely stunning. And every time I wear this fragrance, people are like, what do you have on? But this is probably one of my woodiest vanillas in my fragrance collection. You definitely, it almost smells a little smoky from the bamboo shoots, almost like an ash a little bit. Yeah, but I love this. It's unisex, but it gives you, in the midst of all the woodiness and the dry, maybe it's like, it smells like, not ash, really a dry bamboo shoot, like not fresh bamboo shoots. You know how you're rolling through the Philippines or you're trekking through the woods and in other countries, because we don't have a lot of bamboo shoots out here in America. But yeah, like you're trekking through chocolate hills in the Philippines or something, and you smell those in the morning and you smell those fresh bamboo shoots. But it's giving me that as well, but it's also giving me a dryness as well. Maybe like the dried bamboo shoots on the grounds, you know? But y'all, the citruses, the blueberry, and the vanilla is amazing in this fragrance. Get your nose on it. Poets of Berlin. It's gorgeous. This and Mango Skin are a love for me, and I will always keep them both in my fragrance collection. Mango Skin is just my girl. That's my girl, y'all. So anyway, the next one we have is Nia by Juliet Ma. This is a beautiful woody pomegranate citrusy fragrance with orange blossom. It's not too powdery or heavy on the orange blossom or thick. The pomegranate just adds a beautiful kind of airiness or freshness to the fragrance, to the orange blossom, that makes it really bright. But yeah, I love this. It's so compliment getting. You know, I need a backup bottle of this. Actually, I don't. So, but anyway, Nia by the House of Juliet Ma. This is, I love Stairway to Heaven. No, I really like Stairway to Heaven. I like Stilettos on Lex, and there's another one that I like as well. But this one I absolutely love, so I needed a full bottle, y'all. Get your nose on it, Nia by Juliet Ma. The next one needs no introduction. It's been all over Instagram. It's been all over YouTube. I did like a review or two on this fragrance. And this is Guidance, y'all. This is going to be, ooh, like I said, I get possibilities. You guys, I wore possibilities the other day again, about maybe 5 days ago. Do you know I folded my sweater and I still smelled it on my sweater? It was 4 or 5 days ago. I smelled it because I just sniffed this. It still reminded me of the pink pepper and possibilities. But yeah, possibilities is a beast, you know, and this is the actual 5th day and it's still on my sweater. I picked up my sweater to fold it and I was like, oh, what did I wear? And I smelled it and I was like, oh, this is the day I wore possibilities, and it's still there. So it has an amazing performance and longevity, y'all. So anyway, AMOUAGE Guidance. This is such a beautiful fragrance. Like I said, this is very ethereal. This is like, I admire this fragrance. This is a beautiful fragrance for a bride. Definitely spring, more of spring worthy to me, because this fragrance is a beast. Summer, go light on the trigger, okay? But in here you have a beautiful rose. You have hazelnut in here. It's gorgeous. It's woody. It's fresh. It's ethereal. It's just absolutely stunning. I love it. I get saffron in this fragrance, which I think is in there. I also get pink pepper in this fragrance. There's ambergris in here that makes it really fresh. But I do get saffron, and yet I still get pink pepper in here as well. Pink pepper is one of my favorite notes in fragrances. Saffron, pink pepper, ginger, cardamom, just all of those are just absolutely amazing. Guidance, I love it. If I ran out of this bottle, I would definitely repurchase again. This actually pushed down materials and love tuberose. But yeah, this is my favorite today by the House of AMOUAGE. And, you know, to me, I feel like this is the most loved feminine fragrance in the AMOUAGE staple. Sunshine is amazing as well. But, you know, the white tobacco was very particular to my nose, so I didn't take to it as well. But it's beautiful. But yeah, this one I absolutely love, y'all. It's good. All right, so last but not least, actually one more, we have Cruz del Sur 2. This one I did not like initially, but to me, this smells like Leisure in Paradise. I love, love, love Leisure in Paradise, which could be in here too because they smell very similar, by Simone Andreoli. Actually, I'm going to pull that one out because it's so creamy and rich. There's some papaya, there's some vanilla, there's some woody notes in there, but that papaya is almost like a papaya milkshake in Leisure in Paradise. This smells like a mango milkshake. It is also giving slight papaya as well, but it smells like a mango milkshake with chocolate, with white chocolate shavings, you all. It's beautiful. There's some heavy dried fruits in here, but it smells like yellow dried fruits in here, almost like dried pineapple, dried mango, dried papaya, maybe dried apricot. But I love this fragrance now. Cruz del Sur 2, get your nose on it. It's thick, it's rich, it's heavy, and it's amazing for the spring to transition over in the summer. But if you do wear this in the summer, be a little light on the trigger because it's very lactonic and milky, you guys. Actually, I should have included that in my Recent Creamy, because this belongs in there. I got so many fragrances, you guys. I guess I can't include everything, okay? So sometimes when I do my reviews, I just go looking through my collection, and based on what I smell and the notes of the fragrance, you know, because I've been doing this for a long time, so I kind of know the notes. I definitely know the scent, you know. I just start pulling out things, and I'm like, okay, that's a review. Anyway, Cruz del Sur 2, get your nose on it. It's gorgeous. Or if you like Leisure in Paradise by Maison Margiela, and you can find it, get your nose on that one as well. All right, last but not least is one that I absolutely love. And this is not last but not least. This is second to the last but not least. Because I have one that was given PR that I'm definitely going to be wearing this spring, sorry. It's not, this one PR is not good for the summer. So this is Rosindo Matteo, you guys. Everyone knows what this smells like. To me, it smells like, it's beautiful. When I smell this fragrance, Rosindo Matteo, they know how to make a rich amber fragrance. I get amber, I get cardamom, but there's no cardamom in this fragrance, but I get a really rich woody amber with some florals. It smells like carnations to me, actually, because carnations are very light, but they give you that light, airy floral scent. And they're very, you know, just smelling carnations, growing up, because I didn't have money to buy roses. So, you know, when I would always buy my mom Valentine's Day gifts or Mother's Day gifts, it would always be carnations. So I really love the smell of carnations in bunches. But anyway, Rosindo Matteo smells like carnations. It smells like amber with a little bit of woodiness. It smells like a really rich, like a light brown, soft suede. And I get a fruity nuance to this fragrance as well. And I get strawberries, like the big watery strawberries, not the regular red strawberries, the ones that you use for dipping that only come out in the summertime. If you've tasted a watery, and they call it watery strawberry, big watery strawberry. If you tasted a watery strawberry, it almost has a really fuzzy nuance, a fuzzy texture to it. And that's what this is giving me, like a ambery, big watery strawberry, fuzzy nuance with the suede, y'all. And some slight floral notes in the background. This will always be in my collection, Rosindo Matteo 5, but the amber in here is so fuzzy and elegant and just sensual, a very sensual amber, and it's done to perfection, y'all. Get your nose on this. Last but not least, okay? All right, is one that was sent to me PR, and this is called, and this is by the House of Coco. And Olivia sent this to me from Paris. And this was inspired by women with breast cancer. I posted this over on Instagram. So this is, to me, a very inspirational fragrance. And this is called VERT. I love the packaging. It's very sustainable. You know, it's easy. It comes out like this. You know, I find this very chic yet sustainable, you all. So in here, there's citruses. It's very bright in the opening. You know, let me smell it again because it's so good. There's citruses, there's bergamot, there's white tea in here. The white tea is very particular, so you might want to get samples of this first, but I love a good tea fragrance. There's heliotrope in here. Like I said, this smells like a Jordan almond, like a powdered sugar Jordan almond. There's rose, there's ylang ylang in here. This is such a beautiful fragrance, but it's sweet and it's feminine, and it's not for the summer because it could be cloying in the summer. Now this opens up very bright with the white tea and the citruses. I think there's orange, there's bergamot, and it's a beast in the opening. And it dries down to a very beautiful, almost smells like there's orange blossom in here as well. But it's the nuttiness, it's the heliotrope, the vanilla, the ylang ylang, and the florals. But it's such a beautiful fragrance, and it's sweet, y'all. Y'all know I love me a sweet fragrance. It's sweet in the opening. It's citrusy in the opening. Sweet about almost, it's really rich. Very projecting. It's super sweet for about maybe like 10 minutes. And then it dries down to a beautiful, I think this is one of my most dominant heliotrope fragrances because it's nutty. You still get that white tea. You get like that dusted, like powdered sugar on top. Y'all, it's such a beautiful fragrance, and I'm absolutely glad that I have it in my collection. And it's definitely one that I'm going to be wearing this spring. And this is VERT, and this is by Coco. I I have a couple of other PR things that I'm going to be doing on a fragrance haul because I have another haul coming, you guys. Yeah, a little bit excited, okay? Anyway, go out to the world. This is my spring. Well, this is like, I would say 50% of the things that I'm going to be wearing in the spring. Go out to the world, spread amazing sillage, do good, be good, all of that. And leave me down in the comments like 2 fragrances that you're going to be wearing this spring or that you're going to love to reach for this spring that maybe you wore last spring or maybe you want to switch it up, y'all. All right, love you. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Thank you for all of your support, okay? Mwah.